What's going on, baseball fans? How are we doing? Well, the last stream crashed. Let's try this again. What is going on, everyone? Hello. Sorry about that. The last stream, my computer actually crashed on me. So if you are just coming in here for the first time, you can catch the first part of what I did in the last stream. So go check that out there. Apologies for that. I've never had my computer just crash on me like that before. Had to restart it. But let's try it again here. So real quick, I'm just going to kind of get us caught up here. Luckily, I didn't get too deep into it. So let me actually kind of just do a quick recap of what I've talked about so far. Let me get the music on really quick. But alrighty. Yeah, a total bummer right there. Total bummer. We had like around 300 people in the chat. So I'm only seeing, what do we got? 50. We got 60 people in here right now. So that's okay. But let's kind of just get caught up here. Overall, so far, my A teams, I have the Mets. Obviously, Max Scherzer, adding a lot of good pieces for the outfield. Marte, Escobar, Canna. Just some really nice additions for the New York Mets overall. The Marlins, I actually feel like they've had a pretty decent offseason so far. Really like the addition of Aviseo Garcia. They locked up Sandy Alcantara to a long-term deal. I really like the trade for Joey Wendell. That's a good veteran player that's going to provide some depth for the infield, a guy that's going to give you quality at bats. And for the Marlins, who don't have a great payroll overall, I really like what the Marlins are doing. I like it. So I'm going to give them an A. Dodgers, I'm going to give a B. Losing Corey Seager, losing Max Scherzer. I mean, what are you going to do when a team like the Mets are offering, $43 million per season? I think at that point, for the Dodgers, it's like, it wasn't even worth it at that point. So it's like, you might as well just let Max Scherzer go, retool with what you have. But I do like some of the additions that they brought in. Obviously, bringing Chris Taylor, that was a good re-signing for them. They also lost Corey Knebel, too. Let me actually go pull up the Dodgers here really quick. We were on the Giants when the stream froze, so let me actually get rid of the Giants here. But Daniel Hudson for the bullpen, I thought that was pretty nice. You're losing Knebel, but Daniel Hudson, I feel like, would be a pretty solid addition. And then Andrew Heaney for the back end of the rotation. At worst, he's going to be a long reliever. But so overall, I'm going to go with a B for the Dodgers. Really like the addition of Robbie Ray for the Seattle Mariners. Overall, I still think they need to do more. Derek Tavares, what's going on, my friend? Thank you for subscribing. But I think they need to do more. I did like the addition of Adam Frazier. That's a nice, solid bat, a good quality bat for the lineup. I still think they need to do more. I thought Marcus Semien would have been just an amazing addition for the Seattle Mariners, but he went to their rivals, the Texas Rangers. But if you can go get yourself someone like a Chris Bryant, honestly, if they went and got someone like a Carlos Correa or a Trevor Story, I still think that would be really good for them. I know JP Crawford is your shortstop. I know they've come out and said it, but man, oh man, if you had a chance to get Correa or Story and then move Crawford over somewhere, I think you could have yourself something there. Probably won't happen, but if they have that opportunity, I would. I think Chris Bryant would be a better fit for them. The Padres, a C. Not really nothing too much going on with the Padres as of right now. Adding a Luis Garcia for the bullpen. I like that. And then, let me pull up the Padres really quick here. Padres. And then Nick Martinez as well. Coming over from Japan, bringing him on a 4-year deal, a cheap deal. As of right now, he's going to give you depth for the back end of the rotation. At worst, he could be, just a good middle reliever for the bullpen, setup guy, something like that. But Nick Martinez, he was with the Rangers early on in his career, didn't really get it going, went to Japan, kind of worked on some things over there and had a pretty good season last year. So maybe he can be effective for the Padres. The Nationals, I had it as a D right now. I mean, but then against the Nationals, really, are you making to look any splashy moves? I feel like the Nationals, really, their big goal is, get that farm system kind of revamped a little bit. Try and keep your team as competitive as possible. But they added Cesar Hernandez. I thought that was a pretty nice move for second base. But I think the Nationals, they could be a bit of a sneaky team next year. I still think they could do some more. But as of right now, just a D. And for the Twins, yes, you locked up Byron Buxton, but I mean, only bringing in, someone like a Dylan Bundy, you need some starting pitching. I feel like, someone like a Carlos Rodon could be a nice fit for them. So maybe they can do something like that. But for the Twins, I still think they have a pretty decent team. And I think they could be competitive next year. Maybe go add a couple more guys. But right now, I'm just going to have him as a D for right now. So, again, everyone, apologies. The computer crashed on me. I've never had the computer crash like that before. I've had my internet lag on me before, but never my computer. So, hopefully nothing too wrong with my computer. I'm going to have to keep an eye out for that. But we are back on track. Let's get back to the Giants. That's where we were. So, here we go. So, for the Giants, I mean, obviously losing Kevin Gausman, that's definitely not a good feeling. If I were the Giants, I would hate to lose Kevin Gausman. But you did bring in Alex Cobb on a cheaper deal. Alex Wood, DeSclafani, bring him back. Brandon Belt, one of your key players over the years, bringing him back. That's going to be just a nice return for him. 1-year deal. And yeah, so 34 years old, though. He's I think this is kind of a prove-it year for Brandon Belt. He did get hurt. Scott, just subscribe. What's going on? He had an unfortunate injury. So hopefully he can prove that, hey, he is still good to go. And then he can get himself a new 2 or 3 year deal next offseason. Overall, I like these moves for the Giants. I mean, you're doing what you can. I'm sure they would have loved to have had Gausman back. But, the fact they brought in Cobb, bringing back DeSclafani and Wood, I think were big. So I like it. I still think they could do more. Overall, I feel like I'll go with a B for the Giants. You lost out on Kevin Gausman, but at least you were able to make some key signings there. They could do some more. If I were to be completely honest, I feel like they're between a C and a B right now. I'd probably go C+ for the Giants right now, but I'm a little more positive. I'll bump it up to a B for them. Losing Kevin Gausman, it's definitely a tough pill to swallow, but at least they made some other moves to make up for it. So I'll go B for the Giants as of right now. So we are officially back on track. Let's go to the Cincinnati Reds, shall we? The Cincinnati Reds. Taking a look at the Reds here, I mean, you're not really doing too much. Andrew Knapp, I mean, you're not doing anything. There's talks about, they also traded away Tucker Barnhart. I mean, they're just basically clearing payroll at this point. Nick Castellanos probably leaving. I don't think he's coming back. But the Reds, I mean, what are they doing? What are they doing? They could be maybe even trading away Luis Castillo, Tyler Mahle, Sonny Gray. I mean, right now for the Reds, you got to go F. You got to go F for the Cincinnati Reds. Houston Astros, hey, making a couple of moves. Nothing too crazy as of right now. Hector Neris. Oh, I'm sorry. I completely forgot about Justin Verlander. He signed earlier on a couple weeks ago. But that was a big one for them. I think that was huge for the starting rotation. Let's pull up the Houston Astros. But other than that, no splashy signings for the Houston Astros as of right now. I really looked like Verlander was going to go elsewhere at that. When he was looking like he was about to sign, I thought he was going to go to the Yankees. I thought he was going to do something like that, but really like the return of him to the top of the rotation. That still is a very nice looking rotation. And then Neris, coming in pretty good. Pretty good last year with the Phillies. Had a pretty decent year. 12 saves, 74 innings. I think that's going to be a nice addition. You did lose Kendall Graveman, but at least you brought in Hector Neris there. So I like it overall. I'll go for the Astros. I'll give them a B. I'll go B. Bringing in Justin Verlander. Hey, you brought back your ace. So that's a pretty good move for the Houston Astros. Toronto Blue Jays. Hey, you're losing out on Marcus Semien there, but I did like the addition of Kevin Gausman. Obviously, Kevin Gausman, fantastic. You're getting yourself a really solid picture there. Really like that a lot. Robbie Ray, you lost Robbie Ray, but the fact that you brought in Kevin Gausman, and they brought in a couple of pretty good arms for the bullpen, David Phelps, Yimi Garcia, I like that. Their bullpen was a weakness last year, so the fact that you brought in a couple of guys, for the bullpen. Yimi Garcia, I thought was actually pretty good. He was pitching in some key innings last year, for the Houston Astros in the playoffs, so this is a battle-tested guy. Really like that. And then, where is David Phelps? Is he on the injured list right now? Where is David Phelps? Oh, so he's on a minor league contract. Okay, yeah. David Phelps. Let me pull him up. So yeah, last year with Toronto, not really doing too much, but had good numbers. What was the injury that he had? Oh, a lat. Okay, so they brought him back on a minor league deal, but he had a pretty good season last year, over 11 games. 1.72 FIP, 0.87 ERA. I mean, 13 strikeouts per nine. I mean, that was one of your better arms last year when he was healthy. So I like that. I like what the Blue Jays are doing there. And then Yimi Garcia, I think it's a low-key, pretty decent move. He's just going to add some depth for the bullpen, just give you another option out there. So I still think they need to do some work. I feel like Kenley Jansen would be a pretty nice fit. I think that would be pretty nice for them if they could do it. So we'll have to wait and see. But for the Blue Jays, as of right now, they brought in Kevin Gausman. They lost Robbie Ray. Could they bring in maybe, like another bat, something like that? It's, to replace a Marcus Semien. That is a big bat to lose. I still think they have plenty of offense to be able to make up for it. But you're definitely going to see a bit of a difference with this lineup. I would say right now for the Blue Jays, I would go B+. I'd go B+, but you know what? Getting a guy like Kevin Gausman, to me, that's just a huge addition. I'll go A for the Blue Jays as of right now. I would say B+. I probably should have put some pluses in here, but hey, I'm in a good mood. We're going to bump it up. We'll give the Blue Jays an A as of right now. So moving on here, we have the Baltimore Orioles. Hey, we had a super chat in the last stream, so sorry about that. Man, I hate when I'm streaming and then you have to restart the stream because I just want it to be one stream. It's just, I hate that for you guys. I'm sorry. I thought about pre-recording this, and maybe I should have just done that, but it's whatever. But for the Orioles, I mean, you're doing what you can. Odor you're bringing in, it's fine. It's a decent bat. Brought in Jordan Lyles. Thought that was okay. But the Baltimore Orioles, the key for them right now is get some guys that can, fill in for now. Do what you can with them right now. Jordan Lyles is a number 2 guy, but I mean, overall, he's going to give you innings. That's the big thing with the Orioles. I think that's one of the key things. I look at it like this. I'll put a bit of a twist on it, where the Orioles, their big thing right now is player development, and you want guys that can log you innings. That way you don't have to dig into that minor league system too much. You're not looking like a complete joke of a franchise, So overall, Jordan Lyles, I think this is an opportunity for him to where he can come in and maybe give you, maybe get back to the way he was in 2018, 2019. Rough season in 2020. Not a good season last year with the Rangers. And they were basically running him out there, and he was just basically giving up meatballs. But maybe, with the Orioles, he can get himself back on track, more to a guy around an ERA in the 4s, FIP in the 4s, Maybe, and who knows, maybe he could end up being, trade bait. He can end up being someone that you can deal at the deadline, someone looking for some depth for the starting rotation. Maybe you can get a prospect out of it. For the Orioles, I mean, I don't know. It's kind of hard to really grade the Orioles in this situation because I don't know, they're not really competing as of right now. I'll go C because at least they are making moves. I'll go C. So, I don't know. It's kind of, I don't really know where to put them here. I'm not going to go A or anything like that, but they're making moves, so I'll give them that. The Atlanta Braves. Let's move on to the Atlanta Braves here, shall we? The defending champions. Adding Manny Pena, that's going to be some good defense behind the plate. Hey, Darren O'Day and Kirby Yates. Some not really any splashy moves as of right now, but let's take a look at Darren O'Day. Overall, last year, he was having, some issues, health-wise, but 12 games. Overall, 3.38 ERA. The FIP was high, but look at what he was doing, with the Braves. Actually, going back to the Braves, forgot to mention that, but had some good numbers over the years. So for the Braves, he's going to be back at home. He's not getting any younger, but we'll have to wait and see. Be a nice boost for the bullpen. And what I like about it is they have some good lefties in that bullpen that really showed in the playoffs this year. So Darren O'Day is not just going to be a righty for that bullpen, but he's going to give you a bit of a different look. And he's had a lot of success with the Braves in the past. Kirby Yates, this can end up being a really nice, low-key kind of a signing. This guy was one of the best relievers in all of Major League Baseball just a couple of years ago. Had Tommy John, but he's there for a couple of years. And I think Kirby Yates, this can end up being a really good move. Hopefully he can stay healthy. I'd like to see him finish his career, on a good note. He's about, almost 35 years old. It'd be nice to see if he can, he stay healthy for the next however many years he wants to pitch. So, but overall, I like it for the Braves. I'll go C. I'll go C for the Braves. I feel like they still could do some more. But, you know, hey, a couple of low-key signings. I feel like that can end up working out in their favor. The Milwaukee Brewers, we were just talking about the Milwaukee Brewers adding Hunter Renfroe. I actually thought that was a really nice move for them. You know, Jackie Bradley Jr., I think he's going to be a better fit for the Red Sox just because they really could use that defense with him. And I feel like they feel like they can get him back on track offensively. But for the Milwaukee Brewers, and the Red Sox are getting prospects. So I feel like that was a trade that really helped out both teams. But for the Milwaukee Brewers, they're getting, hey, they're replacing Avisail Garcia in the lineup, and they're doing it on a dime. I really like that. And let's go here, pull up Milwaukee. Have they actually signed anyone? Oh, yeah, they signed Rex Brothers and to a minor league deal. And they brought in Pedro Severino. You know, kind of whatever with him. You know, is this going to be another catcher for the roster? But how was his defense last year? Yeah, not really great on the defense. But he's going to give you a little something with the bat. He had 11 home runs last year, 46 RBIs. But he's not a great offensive player by any means. He'll be there as like a backup kind of a guy, you know, just give you some at-bats, you know, play every 5 days or whatever. Give Navarez a bit of a break. So for the Brewers, I like the addition of Hunter Renfroe. I still think they could do more here, though. You know, to me, they need to add. You know, you had to make up for Avisail Garcia, so you added Hunter Renfroe. You were able to. Jackie Bradley Jr. was just not a great fit. It just didn't fit well, and it looked like he wasn't even going to be a starter at that, you know, on their team. So I like that they got rid of him. I'll say for the Brewers, I feel like they're kind of evened out right now, but I think for them to take a step forward, I think they need to go make a move. I don't know what it is. I'm going to go D for the Brewers right now. I know that might seem a little harsh because they did get Renfroe. Big boy, yeah, I'm cold. I am cold because of this lockout. The Major League Baseball lockout has left me out in the cold. So that is why I'm wearing the beanie, my friend. That's why I'm wearing the beanie. I said it in the last stream, but hey, we're at a new stream now. So this darn computer, man, this darn computer. Major League Baseball, they got into my computer somehow. They saw I was streaming and they said, no baseball for anyone. No fun for you, Mr. Robbie. No fun for you. But hey, I will not let the lockout keep me down. Major League Baseball, you stay out of my computer. Stay out of my computer. Anyway, Chicago White Sox, here we go. Hey, really like the addition of Kendall Graveman. I thought that was a very nice addition. Here we go. Wait, what was the other team I had? Oh, wait, no, I didn't want that. Oh, here we go. There we go. Chicago White Sox. But yeah, you brought back Lurie Garcia. That's basically like your super utility guy. Kendall Graveman, nice addition for the bullpen. I just think you could do more. I just think you could do more if you're the Chicago White Sox. I mean, if we take a look at their team, it's still a good-looking team. You know, I feel like with the White Sox, really, what much else can you do? You could add a power bat somewhere, you know, but I think what's going to be really good for the White Sox is letting these, you know, younger guys, Andrew Vaughn, Gavin Sheets, hopefully they can take a step forward next year and they could end up being some, you know, really productive players for you. So have to keep a lookout for that. I think that's going to be key. I don't think they need to go out and spend a ton of money. Michael Kopech he kind of worries me a little bit still. I know he, you know, pitched a full year out of that bullpen last year, but starting pitching wise, you don't really know what you're going to get with him. But as of November 22nd, White Sox general manager Rick Hahn said earlier this month that Kopech will compete for a spot in the rotation. Obviously, we had Kopech probably deeper into his professional development entering the 2021 season than Garrett Crochet, but we were able to find a way to use him in the bullpen, but still get him the occasional start, get him stretched out some, and put him in a decent position entering this season to be in the rotation. But yeah, so with Michael Kopech, you don't really know what you're going to get. I mean, he's been really... You know, he's had the Tommy John. He's had the off the field issues where he's missed a lot of time. And hopefully for this guy, you know, former Red Sox, hopefully this is where he can really start kicking his career into gear. So that he's a bit of a question mark in the rotation. You don't really know what you're going to get out of him. Dallas Keuchel, you would like for him to do a little more. I feel like the White Sox, it's going to be hard to see where they can, add a starting pitcher because they definitely want Kopech to be that guy. I don't know. Is Kopech going to be... I always look at these hard-throwing guys, and I always just wonder, are they just better suited for a bullpen role? I don't know. I just wonder if Kopech... that's how I was with Jonathan Papelbon years ago. I remember, he came up for the Red Sox. He was, a big arm for them. He really helped them out. And, they wanted to use him as a starter. But he took to closing out games just so perfectly. And to me, he was fine as a starting pitcher, but to me, he was a guy that was just closer material. And I wonder if Michael Kopech is kind of similar to that. I wonder if that's kind of what he is. I mean, he's got to prove it. He's got to prove that he can go out there full season, 30 starts, give you a good turn every 5 days. But I think if they could add a starting pitcher somewhere, I think that'd be nice. I do like the addition of Kendall Graveman. I like Leury Garcia. I'll go a C right now for the White Sox. Maybe I'm being a little harsh, but I just want more. Now, again, these are just grades so far. I mean, one more move, you could bump up B, A, but you know what? I'll go with a C for the White Sox. I think they just need to do a little more. I'd probably say C plus. If I were to be completely honest, maybe I should have done the pluses on here, but I'll go C for the White Sox. I'll go C. I feel like that's fair. Yeah, I'll go C. Next up, hey, Arizona Diamondbacks. I'm always having hope for the Arizona Diamondbacks. They added Mark Melancon. And I'm going to be honest, I know it's only one move as of right now, but that's a big move. I know it might not seem like it, but Mark Melancon, he's a guy that's going to bring you stability to that bullpen. The Arizona Diamondbacks, they had the worst bullpen last year. So I feel like this one, is, we are not spamming, please. We are not spamming. But I feel like with Mark Melancon, that actually holds a lot of weight because, again, the bullpen was just so bad. The Diamondbacks definitely, need to be, they need to do more, obviously. So I'm going to go D right now just because of the volume. The volume of the moves, there needs to be more. But Mark Melancon, again, he's not the best reliever out there, but he's going to be a really dependable one. And for the Diamondbacks, I think he's actually going to be a big signing for them. And I think for the Diamondbacks, I think they could be a sneaky team. So honestly, I'm going to be honest with you. I kind of want to put them at a C. I do, just because I really like that Mark Melancon signing. But I got to be fair. These teams, they've made more moves. And for the Diamondbacks, it's just one move right now. So they need to add another starting pitcher if they can. I feel like maybe Carlos Rodon could be a pretty good guy. But they need more. So I'm going to keep him at a D for right now. Keep him at a D. Based off of just volume. I like the Melancon move. Hey, the Detroit Tigers. Let's go to the Detroit Tigers. They've had a pretty decent offseason. Okay, we're back over 200 people now. So hopefully we can get back to 300 people. That's where we were at this in the last stream. I really like talking is hard. Really like what the Tigers have done. It's only 2 moves as of right now, but 2 big moves. Javier Baez. Could that be... Is he going to be your shortstop, or is he going to be your second baseman? I know they have Jonathan Scope at second base right now. I still think they could add... They still could add a Carlos Correa. I'm not crossing that off yet. I'm not going to quit on that as of right now. Could you do what Texas Rangers, do what they did? Add a couple of guys just like they did with Semien and Seager. Could you do the same thing with Baez and Correa? I'm just saying that is a very good shortstop second base tandem. That's a really good up the middle duo right there. I think if you can add Carlos Correa still, man, that is just phenomenal. So I'm not going to completely rule that out. As of right now, I love these moves. Baez, I think, hopefully he can keep doing what he was doing with the Mets. He was he was getting on base more. So hopefully he can stay on that course. Eduardo Rodriguez, I liked that addition. Eduardo Rodriguez had better advanced numbers. The one thing that worries me is that the Tigers don't have great defense. So I'm telling you though, I said this when they signed Eduardo Rodriguez, if they can just add a couple of guys, then that Eduardo Rodriguez signing is looking a lot better. I'm telling you, I'm not quitting on Javier Baez being the second baseman. I think if you can add Correa, that infield defense now is looking really good. I'm just saying. So you got to give the Tigers an A because they went out and they made a couple of good signings here. I just, they're great signings, I'm almost willing to go B+ because I still think they're not quite there, but you got to give it, and Tucker Barnhart too. I see you in the chat. Who just said that? Getty just said it in the chat. Yeah. I mean, Tucker Barnhart, man. Really good addition, and he's going to give you some good defense. So, I mean, I'm liking the way this team is looking right now. That's the one thing is just defense. That's the only thing I'm looking at with this Tigers team. So, but you got to give them credit here. Going out there, making moves. Really like it. I'll go A. I'm almost kind of willing to go B+ just because I want more, but I'll be generous. I'll go A. Oh, man, we're seeing a couple of you saying Dodgers to a C. I mean, I'm not going to go C, because I like the addition of Chris Taylor, bringing him back. There was a big market for Chris Taylor, so the fact that they brought him back, I really like that. I really like that. And they've added a couple of other guys. So I like it. I'll stay with a B for right now, but I also think not bringing – sure, it would have been really nice to bring back Max Scherzer, but – Corey Seager, I think they're okay because, I mean, hey, you got Trey Turner there. He's going to be able to take over at short. And they're getting rid of a lot of payroll with those guys coming off the books. So I'm okay with it. Maybe I think C+ would be fair for the Dodgers. But hey, I'm generous tonight. I'm going to go B. Moving on, the Colorado Rockies. Look at the Colorado Rockies here. Let's take a look. Hey, man, I'm just saying, I think I'm the only one out there that thinks the move of trading Nolan Arenado, I still think I'm the only one out there on the YouTubes that think that was a good move. I think they had to trade him. Oh, we got a super chat coming in. Rocky Adams with the super chat. Apparently the Jays almost made a deal before the deadline. The suspense continues. Ooh, I wonder. I think the Jays, man, they definitely could do some more. So hopefully for the blue, hopefully not for the Red Sox fan in me, but as the baseball fan in me, hopefully the Blue Jays can keep on keeping on and keep making some moves. Thank you for the super chat, Rocky. Thank you. But for the Rockies, there's not really much going on right now. I did like that they brought back CJ Cron. I will say that. Give them some credit for that. That was a good bat to hang on to. But overall, is just not really too much going on. I don't know. They did something. They brought back CJ Cron really early. So I did like that. John Gray, though, I will say I'll defend them not bringing back John Gray. They didn't offer him the qualifying offer. I feel like John Gray might have accepted that qualifying offer, and they probably just thought he wasn't worth it. John Gray, I think his value last year was like 17 or 18 million. Let me actually pull that up here. John Gray Fangraphs. Oh, we got a new super chat coming in. Garrett Link, which team do you think will be a shocker for 2022? I got a couple, man. I do got a couple here. Let me go pull up the standings from last year really quick. I'll get back to John Gray here in a second. I got a couple of teams. One team I'm telling you, I might sound crazy, but I do like the Diamondbacks. I think the Rockies I think look out for Brendan Rodgers, man. I think that guy could really take a step forward next year. I think the Rockies and the Diamondbacks, they're going to give some problems next year. One of these teams, I think the Diamondbacks really have the potential to win at least 80, 85 games. I think they have that potential. I think the Marlins could be pretty good next year. Look out for them, especially with that pitching just getting better and better. Wonder, you always wonder if Oakland, especially with, they still actually have a pretty good team. They haven't traded away anyone yet, so their team is actually still looking okay. But Minnesota, I think, could turn it around. I feel like Kansas City's not quite there. If I were to give you 3 teams that I think could be a shocker team, I'll go Diamondbacks, Rockies, and the Marlins. I think, but I don't think a lot of people would be surprised if the Marlins, took a step forward. And then if you were to look at it from the negative aspect, I'll say the Mets. I think the Mets could be a huge disappointment next year. Because they really, as of right now, they lack starting pitching depth. The same thing happened with the Padres last year. They ran out of pitching depth in the second half. The Mets could easily be in first place come All-Star break, trade deadline. And if that starting pitching starts to fall apart, well, then they're going to have some issues. So I think the Mets could be a shocker in a bad way. So on paper right now, they look pretty good. But don't be surprised if they're starting to slump in the second half, but if they can add a couple of guys, I think that's going to be really good. So I honestly feel like bringing back Stroman would have been a really good move because that's a guy that's just going to be able to give you innings. So, but yeah, we'll have to wait and see what ends up happening. Thank you for the super chat. Big boy Robbie, are there any 2021 playoff teams who will be bad next year? Teams that made the playoffs. I mean, I'm sorry. I know I'm probably going to make, John Boy and the crew maybe mad, but I wonder if the Yankees end up taking a step back. I wonder. I think obviously they have very talented players, but I wonder if they end up taking a step back. I wonder if the Giants end up kind of slumping next year. You're losing Kevin Gausman. You don't really have a bat to replace Chris Bryant as of right now. I wonder if the Giants end up falling out of it a little bit. So I'll have to wait and see on that. But, yeah, let's move on. Back to the Rockies. I don't know. For the Rockies, I mean, at least they've done something. They brought back Crone. So I'll go D. I don't know. I'll go D, and at least they're in on some guys. So I'll go that route. But, yeah, I don't know. For the Reds right now are the only F team because they haven't done a thing. They haven't done anything. So what the heck have the Reds even done? They've lost more. So that's why the Reds are an F for me. I'll go Rockies D because at least they did bring back CJ Cron. So, but, alrighty. Moving on to my Red Sox. Where in the world are my Red Sox going to fall here? For the Red Sox right now, they've added, they lost Eduardo Rodriguez. They traded away Hunter Renfroe. I do like the move. I think it evens out. I think it ends up making the Red Sox better. But right now, replacing Eduardo Rodriguez, you're trying to look at I think Michael Wacha ends up being more of a bullpen guy, kind of like a bit of a utility guy. He can give you some starts here and there, but I think he's going to be a guy that comes out of the bullpen, gives you 2-3 innings. Makes me wonder if they're going to maybe move Garrett Whitlock to the rotation. Maybe Michael Wacha could end up being that guy out of the bullpen. Rich Hill, I mean, who knows what you're going to get out of with Rich Hill. But he did make a lot of starts last year, looked pretty healthy. Hopefully he can stay healthy for the Red Sox. But James Paxton is a bit of a wild card right now. It's funny. I don't think I ever talked about James Paxton. I mean, how can you hate the move? The only thing I have with James Paxton is it is a 1-year deal. There is a team it's a 2-year team option. So basically, if James Paxton ends up showing that he can do, some good, if he can bounce back, from the Tommy John, I think this is a guy. He's had a couple of rough years, but health has been a problem. He was really good. I mean, he definitely digressed. If you look at 2017, a 2.61 FIP, it went up to 3.24, went up to 3.86. So he definitely regressed. But I think with Paxton, it's a lefty guy. So the Red Sox, the way they're trying to attack losing Eduardo Rodriguez is by bringing in Rich Hill and James Paxton. So, and then I like bringing back Jackie Bradley Jr. I love the defense. I think it sets them up. For the Red Sox, as of right now, I'll go C. Right now, the quality of the players, they're not any superstar players as of right now. But if you can add another guy, I think, you definitely are looking at maybe a B of an offseason, or depending on who they bring in. I think they're well set up to add a right-handed bat. I honestly think Trevor Story is someone I really wonder if the Red Sox are going to go after him. I do. Move Xander Bogaerts to second. He could end up opting out. I think Trevor Story can be your shortstop. And, Xander Bogaerts, he could definitely end up leaving the Red Sox. So, but if I had the option right now, if I had the option of signing Trevor Story, I am going to sign Trevor Story, and I'm going to move Xander Bogaerts over to second because my infield defense is going to be better at that point. I'm sorry. Xander Bogaerts, he definitely did better on the routine play last year, but the defensive runs saved, not good. He doesn't have great range out there. Trevor Story has good range, and he's going to be able to save more runs. So Trevor Story, I'm telling you, I wonder. The Red Sox have been connected to him a little bit. Supposedly they had a workout with him not too long ago. So, but as of right now, I'll go Red Sox for a C. The Angels. This has been a nice surprise looking at the Angels. As of right now, hey, bit of a low key. I don't know if anyone noticed it, but they brought back Raisel Iglesias on a pretty nice deal. So really like that. You're keeping your closer. Aaron Loup, solid addition for the bullpen. Noah Syndergaard, bit of a wild card. Who knows what he's going to end up being health-wise. I feel like health-wise he's going to be fine. But hey, you added a starting pitcher. Michael Lorenzen didn't have a great year last year, but at least it's just some innings. Overall, I'm liking this. This is what you needed to do if you were the Angels. You needed to bring back, or bring in pitching. You needed to bring back your closer, and you needed to add pitching. I like this right now for the Angels. I do. You're attacking a weakness. I'm going to go A. I'm going to go A for the Angels right now. I think this is what they needed to do. Could you maybe one more guy for the rotation? Maybe you could say B+ as of right now. But hey, again, I'm being generous. I'm going to go A. So I like it. I agree with you. Mapu Sasoa, I agree. They need one more guy if they can. So, but Angels, I'll give them a lot of credit. Aaron Loup was a really nice addition. I think that's a really nice addition for them. Let's go to the New York Yankees, shall we? John Boy, Jake, where are you at? I'm going to be honest. They put out a video. That I disagreed with. They put out a video saying that Giancarlo Stanton was actually looking like a good contract. I got to disagree with you guys, man. I got to disagree. I still don't think that's a good contract. If you haven't seen the video, go watch it. They made some good points. Overall, though, I got to disagree. I don't know. I mean, Stanton last year, he was only worth around, I think, $21.5 million based off of his performance. And this guy's making like $32 million. I don't know, man. I don't know. I got to disagree with that. So anyway, moving on to the Yankees. You've brought in Joely Rodriguez. You look like maybe you're going to get Matt Olson at one point. They've been connected with some guys, but they haven't done anything. What have they done? Let's go pull up the Yankees here. I mean, they brought back they tendered some contracts. I mean, I'm sorry, Gary Sanchez. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? To me, that you made yourself worse tendering him a contract. I'm sorry. They need a shortstop. It's, I don't know. What do we got? Yankees 286. What's going on? Just get it over with and put the Yankees in F. I'm trying not to be biased here, man, but I think they haven't done anything. What have they done? I mean, I don't know. Why are you bringing back Gary Sanchez? I don't understand. What is this obsession with him? Why does Brian Cashman like him so much? I don't know. I mean, supposedly they had a deal. You know, they were looking at a deal with the Marlins, supposedly, with Gary Sanchez, and it never happened. And they ended up going, they also got Jacob Stallings. I forgot about that one too. But I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, to me, like this. Hold on, let me pull up the Marlins here. Hold on, let me pull it up. I completely forgot to mention Jacob Stallings. Why couldn't the Yankees go get him? Why? Why could you not get him? You're telling me you couldn't get Jacob Stallings? Why? That would have been such an improvement at defense. Brian Cashman, what are you doing? Every year, man. Stop it. Stop it with Gary Sanchez. Can you stop it? This is coming from your bitter rivals. Listen. I'm at a loss for words. Like, listen, us Red Sox fans, the Red Sox, our job is to kick your heinies every single year. But we also, we don't like seeing this. We don't like seeing this. Why are you bringing back Gary Sanchez? What are you doing? I don't know, man. I don't know what it is. I know there's some Yankee fans out there. They just love Gary Sanchez, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm going an F. I'm going with an F. I mean, it's early. It's still early. They could go get Matt Olson. They could go get Freddie Freeman. They could go do some things. It's not over. So maybe they could still trade Gary Sanchez. I don't know. But I don't know. I'm just at a loss for words with this team. I don't understand. I don't know. Moving on. Kansas City Royals. What have they done? Have they done anything? They haven't done anything. Kansas City, I'm going to make this easy. You're an F. Phillies. Where are the Phillies? Where's the tab? Here we go. Phillies. Here we go. Wait, that's not the one I'm looking for. Here we go. But, Corey Knebel. Right. Yes. Good addition. I think that's a really nice move. The bullpen really needed an arm. I mean, they did lose, Hector Neris. So this was definitely necessary. They needed to replace that arm in the bullpen. But this is a guy that could be your closer. I really like Corey Knebel a lot. I still think the Phillies, they're not done. I'll go D right now. I still think there's more to do, but they're on the right track. Honestly, I kind of even want to go C because they addressed a big weakness, but kind of the same thing as the Diamondbacks. The Diamondbacks had a bad bullpen. They added Mark Melancon. Phillies bad bullpen. They added Corey Knebel. So I like that. I do. It carries a lot of weight, but I think volume-wise, you're not done. So right now, you're just at a D. The Texas Rangers. I'll make this one easy, going with an A. I think everyone agrees. You added two guys long-term, really setting your franchise up. You also added John Gray. Also Cole Calhoun. I like that move. I think Cole Calhoun, when he's healthy, is a hard-nosed player, solid player, like a glue kind of a player for your clubhouse. Really like that a lot. And John Gray, you're adding some depth for the rotation. I still think they need more starting pitching, but when you're adding a guy like Marcus Semien and Corey Seager, these are cornerstone guys for your franchise over the next 5 years. Corey Seager, I worry about that contract long term. I do. I just, because 10-year deals, they never really work out. They just don't. So, but in the next 5 years, absolutely, this could be a fantastic deal. At least, for the first 5 to 6 years. So I like it a lot. This is going to make your team better. You basically just added, about 10, 12, around 12 wins. And if we take a look at the Rangers last year, the Rangers had 60 wins. So, I mean, you're based off of wins above replacement. That puts you up to 72. and then, you know, some progression of the young guys, you know, that gets you closer. I think the Rangers could be an 80-win team as of right now, but I don't think you're quite there. I think you're definitely on the right track, obviously, but you need more starting pitching. You need some more guys for the bullpen. But this is where they're going to have to really, you know, get some of these guys up from the minor leagues. Taking a look here, the Rangers, they got some exciting prospects. So this is one guy, Josh Jung. He can end up being a really good bat for that lineup soon. I like Jack Leiter and Cole Winn. Maybe Justin Foscue can get up there pretty quickly. I don't know where he's going to end up playing, but you know, because you have your middle infield set for the next 7 years, 10 years with Corey Seager, if he ends up staying there that long. But Justin Foscue, this is a guy, he played really well in the minor leagues last year. He's an advanced college player, you know, coming from Mississippi State. I really like that. You know, I really like him a lot, and I think he could have a bit of a role on the team. At worst, he's just a good depth piece in your organization. But I think this is a guy where, you know, could you play him in the outfield, maybe like left field? The problem with Justin Foscue is he's not very fast. He's got a 40 run. He's got an okay arm, and he's okay in the field. But I think right now, I just wonder where you're going to play him. Could you move him over to third? But I think right now, I just think he's more of a utility kind of a guy. You're not going to put him out in center or right. I think he's just mainly going to be like a good piece for the bench. And then, you know, left field. I don't know. But you got some things to be excited about. And definitely, I think the big pieces are Jack Leiter and Cole Winn. Those are the two guys that I think they're going to help carry you to the promised land. I think someone like a Clayton Kershaw would be a good addition, not just for the caliber of a pitcher he is, but just for the leadership that he would bring for that organization. I think that's a guy, you know, bringing Kershaw. He's your opening day starter next year. I do like the addition of John Gray, but to me, I think Kershaw, bring him in on a 3-4 year deal. I think that could be a really nice boost for your organization as a whole. But yeah, also there is, I see you in the chat, Dulcie Maris. Could you maybe use Justin Foscue as trade bait? Bring in, use him as a starting, bring in a starting pitcher somewhere. Maybe try and get a deal done for Sonny Gray. I could see something like that. So I think that would be really, hey, I'm just saying, bring in Sonny Gray to Texas. Jack Leiter comes up. You got two guys from Vanderbilt right there. I like that. Let's go get Sonny Gray on the Texas Rangers. Can we make that happen? There were rumors about the Rangers and the Reds making a deal. Yeah, so maybe you could do something with Justin Foscue. Let's actually go to baseball trade values. Ooh, Sonny Gray in a Rangers uniform just sounds kind of nice to me right now. Let's see. Last time I checked, I feel like Sonny Gray is a little too highly rated on here. Let me pull up the Rangers. I think he had like a 28 value. Let's go to the Reds. Let me pull up Sonny Gray. I think his value is a little high. He's got a nice contract. But Sonny Gray, over the last, he had a 13.7 value over, I think, 11 starts last year. So in 2020, so that's pretty good. If you were to do, so he was on track to maybe be like worth around 30 million, but he digressed this year. He was also hurt. So I don't know, maybe around, maybe I think he's, let me look here. Because he's not getting any younger either, but it's that contract that's pretty nice. So Gray, they have him at a 28. I could see maybe like 24, 25, something like that. If you're the Rangers. So yeah, I don't think you're going to give up Cole Winn. That's a top 100 prospect right there. I don't know about that, but you could do something with Justin Foscue. And then maybe you can add, I don't know. Could maybe you do Kiner Falefa? Maybe. I know he's probably, what is he, your third baseman as of right now? He's your third baseman as of right now, but could you maybe put someone else there for the time being until Josh Jung is ready? So if we take a look, Josh Jung right now, he's pretty close. So he played 35 games at AAA. I don't know. I think Josh Jung is pretty close. Let's do that. Let's do Kiner Falefa going to the Reds. And I think you're pretty close here. You know, a couple of infielders. Maybe throwing a, you know, some kind of a pitcher. I don't know. Maybe like a young guy, or I don't know, maybe just throwing like White. I don't know. I think you got something here. Something like that. And I think Sonny Gray would be a great fit with the Texas Rangers. So if they can go get a guy, I think that'd be great for them. But definitely an A, obviously. You got two of the best free agents on the market. So, but yeah, Thomas, that's what I'm thinking. I'm probably thinking he's going to be pretty close. But we've got to wonder what's going on with that CBA, though. You got to wonder what's going on. I know the players, they were fighting for the whole arbitration thing. The players are really not wanting that. So that's going to be really interesting for a lot of these minor leaguers. So, but yeah. Yeah, oh, Thomas, you're saying he's undervalued? Yeah, I know. So maybe not someone like White. But again, you got to remember, you got to give up something good to get something good. I know you're giving up, you know, Foscue and Falefa, but if you want to get a deal done, you got to give up good things. I know. But either way, something like this could maybe get a deal done. Cubbies. Who would have thought? I was wondering if the Cubs were going to make some kind of a splash. I like what the Cubs did. I did like what, you know, them bringing in Marcus Stroman. Because to me, I don't think he's a guy that's going to carry you to the playoffs as of right now. But I think he's a good building block of a guy. Yan Gomes as well, solid catcher, you know, to go along with Wilson Contreras. I think that's really nice. Clint Frazier, you know, this could end up being a low-key kind of a signing. I like it. I think the Cubs still have a pretty decent team, but they need starting pitching. You know, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to go B right now for the Cubs. I know Stroman was a nice add, but I think they need to do a little more. I'm just going to go B right now. I would say B+. But I think the Cubs, if you can just do one more thing, I think someone like a Carlos Rodon could be a nice add for them. I think someone like that makes a lot of sense. But I don't think they're done quite yet. I'm going to go B for the Chicago Cubs right now. You can make an argument for A, but I want to see a little bit more out of the Cubs. So the Tampa Bay Rays. What if the Tampa Bay Rays, who did they bring in again? They brought in Corey Kluber, that's right. And Brooks Raley. I actually thought that was a pretty nice addition, adding Brooks Raley. He had a pretty, you know, decent season last year. The 4.78 ERA didn't look too great, but he had 3.27 FIP, and he had around 12 strikeouts per 9. So Brooks Raley, I actually thought was a pretty nice low-key signing for them. They made the trade of Joey Wendell, which I actually kind of liked what they brought back, you know, power hitting kind of a guy. What was the prospect's name again? Cameron Misner. That was right. So they did bring in Ji-Man Choi. They avoided arbitration right there. And so agreed to a 1-year deal. Corey Kluber, I really like that a lot. They did trade Jordan Luplow. He didn't really do much. He had the grand slam in the playoffs, but they ended up losing that game anyway. And, hey, they ended up signing Wander Franco to a long-term deal. That's the story of their offseason right now. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to go B for the Tampa Bay Rays. I'm going to go B. They haven't really done too much in terms of adding free agents. You know, Kluber was a nice add. I actually like that. But hey, you just locked up Wander Franco. If you can go get a couple more moves, I think the Rays can end up having a sneaky, excellent offseason. Excellent. The St. Louis Cardinals. We got a few teams left here. Let's go to St. Louis. Hey, Steven Matz. Hey, but in the process, you made Steve Cohen turn into the modern-day George Steinbrenner. St. Louis Cardinals, what the heck did you do? But I like the addition of Steven Matz. He's going to give you a lot of ground balls, good infield defense. I like that. And then you brought back McFarland as well for the bullpen. I think right now, for the Cardinals, it was a nice add of Steven Matz. I think you needed to add some depth to that starting pitching staff. I feel like if they could add maybe one more guy. Let me click out of some of these here. For the St. Louis Cardinals, let's take a look. I actually really like the way their team is looking. I think if you can get one more guy, you know, you got Hudson coming back next year. You got Miles Michaelis again for a full season, hopefully next year. Hopefully Jack Flaherty's healthy next year. I just want depth. If you can add another piece for this bullpen, I think that would be really nice. I'll go C right now for the Cardinals. I'll go C. I don't think they're done. I think they have another move. So the Cleveland Guardians. I'm still getting used to saying that. What have they done? Have they done anything? Sandy Leone. That's all they've done with free agents. Let me see. Have they done anything else with trades? They traded Harold Ramirez. They haven't done anything. They just have not done anything. I mean, Cleveland Guardians, man. This is going to be your first season with the name change. And, you know. So, I don't know. Sandy Leone. I do love me some Sandy Leone. But, I don't know, man. I think they could use another starter. They need another bat. They need a bat. But overall, I mean, you got to go F. You got to go F. They haven't done anything. They just haven't done anything. But they definitely have some time. Oakland A's. Where do you even do this one? I mean, what the heck are the Oakland A's? I mean, they've added no free agents. And what they did bring back Tony Kemp and Chad Pinder. They did agree to 1-year deals, avoiding arbitration, and Guerrera as well. They did get Brent Honeywell. They did get him. Let me actually pull him up. I feel like he actually did okay. Oh, never mind. What am I thinking? Didn't Brent Honeywell do pretty good like a couple of years ago or something? What am I even thinking? Did well in the minors. He's been more of a minor league guy. He was awful last year. Good grief. Why am I thinking this guy did? What have I read about him before? I don't know. Whatever. Definitely not looking very good on paper right there. I don't know. Where are the Oakland A's even going to be playing in the next few years? Are they still going to be in Oakland? I think it's looking like they're probably going to Las Vegas. I think, honestly, I mean, you got to go F for the Oakland A's. You got to go F. So they just haven't really done anything. So they avoided arbitration with a couple of guys, but I don't know. Oh, yeah, and they got rid of Melvin. They got rid of Bob Melvin. So, I mean, yeah, definitely an F. Thank you, Tom, for reminding me of that. I forgot about that. And the Pittsburgh Pirates. And you know what? I actually don't mind what the Pittsburgh Pirates have done. Don't mind what they have done at all. They've actually had a couple of guys here. Jose Quintana, Yoshi Sasugo. You know, they brought him back on a 1-year deal. They brought in Roberto Perez, who was a pretty good catcher. They traded away Jacob Stallings as well. And, you know, I like... with Roberto Perez, this guy... back in 2019, had 24 home runs. Great defense. I really like that. Really like that. He's a good defensive catcher. Bit of a down season last year. I mean, he had, you know, not really anything going on with the bat. He really regressed. Back from that 2019 season. Even the defense looks like it regressed too. But, I mean, he only played 44 games. But, I don't know. Hopefully with the Pirates, maybe he can get something figured out. He's going to be there cheap. But let's go actually to the Pirates really quick. For Jacob Stallings, what did they get for him? Let's see. Jacob. So they got 3 players. Who are the 3 players again? They got... Oh, yeah, Zach Thompson. That's right. Zach Thompson appeared in the majors. Thompson had a solid rookie campaign, 3.24 ERA. Oh, that's right. Yeah, so they ended up getting a pretty good young pitcher out of that. Good young pitcher. So that's good. Gotta love that. Let's pull up here. Where are the Pirates? So as of right now, he's projected for the rotation next year. You gotta love it. He's more of an older rookie. You know, he's 28 years old already. But hey, you know, adding some guys any way you can. And you know, hey, they're making moves. They've done more moves than the Yankees. You know, Just saying. I'm sorry. You know, I'll go, oh man, where do I put the Pirates? I'm feeling generous. I kind of almost want to go C. But I did like the addition of Zach Thompson. You know, they brought in a Jose Quintana. You know, I mean, whatever. He's not going to be great. But actually, how did he do last year? He had how many starts? He had 28, or no, he had 10 starts, 29 games. Yeah, those numbers aren't very good. I had a 4.66 FIP. His xFIP was 3.75. So there is still ability with him. But, you know, he's, 33 years old now. It's whatever. It's a move. You know, maybe he bounces back and they can end up trading him at the deadline. Maybe get another couple of prospects for him or something. So, I mean, hey, I'll go Pirates. Oh, no, I don't want them. They're not an F. Not an F. I don't know. I'll let you guys vote. Where are the Pirates going to go? Are they going to go C or are they going to go D? I'll let you guys have the last one. Vote in the chat. Where are the Pirates going? C or D? I'm seeing a couple of C's. A few C's. I got 1, 2, 3, 4 for C, 2 for D. Brian Cashman is in the chat. Brian Cashman, you got to get out of here and go try and make some moves. Oh, wait, you can't. It's locked out. C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And for D's, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, we're going C. I'll go Pirates C. I'm feeling a little generous. At least they've made some moves. And I actually like the addition of Zach Thompson. Had a good rookie season. Pretty good guy to get out of Jacob Stallings. So I'll go C for the Pittsburgh Pirates. But everyone, those are my grades so far for this offseason. Honestly, maybe you can go D+ for the Pirates. I'll go C. I'm feeling generous. But everyone, that's all I got. I want to thank you. I'm sorry again about my computer crashing earlier. That was rather unfortunate. I did not like that. But we got it done. But these are my grades so far. For next week, we're basically going to be doing a reset on this channel. I did put in a poll here. Let me actually refresh here. We have 903 votes. If we take a look here, I gave 5 choices for something that, I mean, honestly, I'll probably start doing a little bit of everything of these, but kind of just starting to see, kind of seeing what you guys want to see more of. But as of right now, you guys are leaning towards MLB The Show rebuilds, more pre-recorded. I feel like that might be a better idea. I feel like the live, it might take a little while, unless I do like episodes or something like that. So maybe I'll do a little bit of both. Maybe I'll do some pre-recorded ones, and maybe I'll do some live streams as well. I could also do Out of the Park Baseball too. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll do like episodes of that. I'm still not too familiar with the program itself, so I need to kind of fool around with it a little bit. Tier Maker, I always like doing Tier Maker kind of stuff. And then top 10 lists, those are always pretty solid. So we'll be having content on here, everyone. But if you want, go vote on this poll right now if you haven't voted already. But everyone, that is all I have for tonight. I want to thank you for coming out. Hopefully this lockout doesn't last too long. But those are my grades so far for this offseason. I will do end of the offseason grades when that time comes. But everyone, thank you for coming out tonight. I'm guessing probably not going to be live tomorrow night. Yeah, probably going to be maybe working on some content this weekend. And but yeah, everyone, so probably see you Monday. I'll do a live stream. I'm still going to be trying to do live streams every single night. So be on the lookout. It's just because we're on a lockout doesn't mean I'm going to be, stopping the live shows. So be on the lookout Monday through Thursday night. So everyone, have yourself a good night. Have a good day tomorrow. Have a good weekend if I don't see you. And I'll talk to you next time.